Welcome to SAGU SportsFEED, your source for Lions athletics, Sooner Athletic Conference sports, and NAIA headlines. I'm Tim Roberts.
And I'm Matt Williams. This past weekend proved challenging for the Lions as they squared off against Texas Wesleyan. The Lions only scored a field goal in the first quarter, so it was looking to be a slow game, but things picked up in the second quarter with Texas Wesleyan scoring 3 touchdowns, bringing the score to 20-3 at halftime. SAGU fought back and scored 24 straight points with Justin Allen pushing them ahead 27-20. The lead went back and forth as both teams desperately tried to best each other, finally pushing the game in an overtime 34-34. Neither team budged into their unrelenting pursuit of victory, going in a triple overtime where the Lions gave it their all but still fell short 44-52. The Lions will continue to search for their first win of the season on homecoming weekend this coming Saturday, October 12th, when they face off against conference opponent Lyon College in a 2 p.m. game at Lumpkin Stadium.
Recapping 2 weeks ago in SAGU football news, the Lions had a fairly easy first quarter against Arizona Christian, earning themselves a 10-3 lead at the top of the second. Arizona fired back, tying up things 10-10 at the end of the half. With 57 seconds left in the third quarter, the Lions jumped ahead 17-13 with a 59-yard touchdown pass from Landon Moon. They weren't able to hold on to this lead for long as they went into the fourth quarter where Arizona Christian picked up 2 more touchdowns, bringing the final score to 27-20. SAGU Lady Lions dominated the volleyball court this weekend, winning matches in their only 3 sets against MACU and USAO. Friday's match against MACU was highly contested, with the lead constantly swapping in every set. The game ended with scores of 25-22, 25-20, and 25-19. The victory advances SAGU to 4th place in the Sooner Athletic Conference. Coach Moore attributes the win to SAGU's outstanding defense, as well as excellent setting that kept MACU off balance all night. SAGU's Saturday match against USAO completed the weekend sweep, with the Lions breezing through all 3 sets, ending with scores of 25-8, 25-6, and 25-12. This puts SAGU at 7 wins and 3 losses on the season, and Coach Moore compliments the team's tempo as well as great improvements of the freshman players.
Coming back, we'll look at the Sooner Athletic Conference rankings for volleyball and football. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages.
What are you looking for in a college? Many students discover that when they attend a large university, they become just another face in the crowd. Well, not at SAGU. Here, there is 1 professor to every 19 students. Our average annual cost is half of the national average for other private schools, and we award $28 million annually in financial aid, with 92% of students receiving some form of financial assistance. So, if you haven't given SAGU a close look, perhaps it's time.
And welcome back. Let's take a look at those Sooner Athletic Conference standings as they stand right now. First of all, with volleyball, Oklahoma City leads the way at 10-0, while John Brown follows right behind at 9-1. The Texas Wesleyan Lady Rams are at 8-2, and your SAGU Lady Lions right there in 4th place at 7-3. Meanwhile, over on the gridiron, with football, Ottawa, Arizona leads the way at 3-0 in 1st place. Meanwhile, perennial powerhouse Langston's at 2-0. Arizona Christian's right there with them at 2-0 as well. And SAGU's opponent this weekend, Lyon College, at 2-1. And now let's head over to this week's edition of Chalk Talk with Matt.
In this week's edition of Chalk Talk with Matt, we're going to discuss the SAGU versus Texas Wesleyan game. And the first clip we're going to break down is about the big hogs up front, the offensive linemen, the unsung heroes. And let's see the basic counter scheme that we're going to see by this offense right here. You see they're in shotgun. They're getting ready for a run play, as we already know. And then, boom, first off, you see that this right guard is going to down block on this defensive tackle. And you see the IQ from this defensive tackle because he tries to stay in front of the center because the right guard has to push him across the center's face. And after that, he wants to get up to the second level, which is why you see the 2 circles here, because this right guard's itinerary is supposed to be this outside backer. He understands he's having the apex over the number 2 receiver, so he's just going to sit and stay on the center, and that allows for his left guard to pull across the line of scrimmage and get up to the second level up on this linebacker, allowing a good 18-yard run by SAGU's running back, Michael Bledsoe. And for our second clip, we're going to go right back to the offense, and we're going to break down a little wildcat action. And we always love when you get the special teams, the skills players behind the line of scrimmage taking the handoff. Anytime you can get the balls in these athletes' hands, the better. And so we see here Justin Allen taking the direct snap And boom, a big out block by Derek Shelby. Justin Allen is a senior veteran. He understands blocking. He knows how to read the gap. And once he sees that this defensive tackle or in man along the line of scrimmage gets pushed to the outside, he understands he can go right underneath it. And this is just me. I want to credit Justin Allen because he is, like I said, a senior. He's earned a stripe. He understands that he has grit and he has to run the yards after contact. Everybody wants to see that. You can take a hit, but are you going to keep running? And that's exactly what he does. As soon as he gets off that tackle, it's off to the races. And fun fact, I actually ran against this kid in high school at the state track meet. And he evidently beat me, as you can see there. And now we're going to go to my favorite side of the ball. We're going to talk about the Texas Wesleyan Rams a little bit because they had a little of a defensive lapse here. As you see, boom, we're sitting here. It's 1st and 10. It's 1st and goal. So you're not really expecting a pass. If I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to run the ball, especially when I see 3 safeties over the top. You see 1, 2. There's a 3rd one right out of your viewpoint, but there's 3 over the top, and they're playing man underneath. And so they're playing deep thirds, which is a cover 3. And boom, the quarterback throws it right here, right in a little window of this gap. This is the breakdown because this further upmost safety should have been over the top of that. That is his priority, that deep third on that side of the field. I do not understand why he was so close into the middle line of the field. And Bryant Dotson, 6'5" senior, he's going to go up and get that. He's going to climb the ladder and get that every play. And lastly, we have to talk about our very own SAGU Lions. I love this defense. This defense is great. They play very well. They had 1 defensive lapse in the game, and you see them, they start out in a 4-3 set with a cover 2 shell. What that means is you have 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers, 2 safeties up top, and 2 corners on the side. And what we see here early on as the play develops is our free safety starts to shift to the middle of the field. And if you're a quarterback, as soon as you see that safety shifting, you're like, okay, they're not playing cover 2. I'm going to predict maybe a cover 1 or a cover 0. And as the play develops, it's going to be a run to the outside of the tackle, and then boom, we automatically see our bottom corner is manned up on this solo island. We have our strong safety. He is manned on this number 2 receiver. The top corner is manned on the number 1 receiver, and we still have that free safety lingering over the top playing football, so that's how I know it's a cover 1. It's man underneath, 1 safety over the top. And what the linebackers are doing, they're playing a man banjo coverage. And what banjo means is basically you pick up 1st and 2nd flow to your area. This bottom linebacker picks 1st flow to him. He sees a quarterback. He's making a play fake, as we know he handed off the ball. 1st to him, so he gets on him. Our top linebacker gets 1st flow to him, which is this initial running back to the left of the quarterback. And then boom, our middle linebacker has the banjo coverage, which is he plays to the 2nd flow, either to his right or to his left. In this clip, it's to his right, so you'll see him automatically crash down. Boom. What you also see is Texas Wesleyan had a great block by their left guard. He was able to shed a block and then get up to the 2nd level to our linebacker. And then boom, he gets hands on him. So it's basically one-on-one because this receiver is blocking our safety, this receiver is blocking our corner. So all we have is this running back and our free safety, the guy who shifted to the middle of the field. And this is his field lane because we all have lanes that you feel. If you think of geometry, everything lines up. And we'll see that the safety over pursues. He has his hips open towards the sideline. And as a safety, as a defensive back in general, as a linebacker, you always want to keep your hips even to the line of scrimmage. And he had his hips open to the sideline. So for a fast cat as yourself, all he has to do is take 1 cut and shoot the gap. It's very hard to recover off an open hip. And that's just a defensive lapse that we had there. SAGU's looking to clean it up, but we'll do just fine this upcoming weekend. Now stay tuned for more sports news for the NAIA and NCCAA, as well as our volleyball chalk talk with Maddie Hartline. We'll be right back.
This week in NAIA news, let's look at senior Uchenna Kanu, a collegiate athlete for Southeastern University during the fall and recently a pro player for Nigeria this past summer. Uchenna's first crack at the pros came when she was given the opportunity to represent her nation in the FIFA Women's World Cup. During this event, she was able to play for 111 minutes over the course of 4 games. Though she scored no goals during the World Cup, she's a very capable scorer. Kanu's stats from her previous 3 seasons at SEU, which include 115 career goals and 32 assists, is the reason she was selected to represent Nigeria. Kanu is currently taking all she has learned from her national team experience and is leading the SEU Fire. The Fire are off to a great 9-2 start, with Kanu already having scored 22 goals this season.
The NCCAA revealed Grace College as the host for the Division I men's and women's basketball national championships until 2023. Grace has been the national tournament host since 2009. The championships will be held each March with 24 basketball games packed into 4 days. Since Grace College is hosting, their men's and women's teams will earn automatic bids to the NCCAA championships. Grace's director of athletics, Chad Briscoe, says, "This is an exciting moment for our athletic department, campus, and community." And now for Volleyball Chalk Talk with Maddie Hartline.
So today I wanted to show you guys some key offensive and defensive plays that the SAGU Lady Lions had this last weekend that really solidified their victories. This first one is a block by Alexis Mueller and Jancy Akers. You can see Sophia Ivy puts the ball into play, Macu passes, sets to the right side. Right here you can see that Jancy Akers and Alexis Mueller have both done a great job of seeing that hitter, moving to that ball, and getting up and blocking. Now the block is actually a big part of SAGU's defense. Without it, our defense has to completely shift and cover a lot more ground on the court. You see that both Jancy and Alexis have their shoulders pressed, their hand is on the ball, making sure that they have found that hitter and really squared up with her, allowing our defense to set up well around her. As you can see by the rest of this clip, that it was a terminating block and allowed the SAGU Lady Lions to get a point there. Against USAO this weekend, we had a few great offensive plays. The first one is a free ball play. And a free ball play is actually when the ball is just passed over, allowing our offense and our defense to have an easy pass and run a very fast offensive play. Here you're going to see USAO throw a free ball over. It's a great pass by Ava Myers, and it's placed almost exactly into Sophia Ivy's hands. You can see both hitters are already kicked out and ready to run the play that Sophia has already told them in advance. You can also see that the USAO outside hitter is out of position. She's on the opposite side of the court, leaving a free net on that opposite side. Sophia sees this, puts the ball to that place, allowing the hitter to have a wide open net and ultimately get a kill. Another offensive play that we want to talk about was with Emma Tompkins. She's a freshman this year and she's done a great job so far. Here you're going to see her transitioning to run a 2 in the middle of the court. So the ball is put into play, another free ball where Nikki gets a great pass, puts it right into Sophia's hands. Emma is up, open, and sees that there's an open spot in right back where the setter should be. Since she's not there, she sees that and swings. You can also see that the block is late. Emma can also see this and swings that way, knowing that even if she does hit the blocker's hands, that she is going to most likely tool the block, resulting in a point for the Lady Lions, as you can see here. Coming up, we have our cross-country coach, Jason Covarrubias, in the studio for our very first Coach's Corner. Stay tuned.
Tired of being passed over for that promotion? Well, did you know that getting your MBA can be a great way to supercharge your professional career? Those who graduate from a 2-year MBA program on average earn a starting salary of $90,000. Through SAGU's online MBA, you can earn your degree while still working at your job. And at half the cost of other 2-year MBAs, there's no need to worry about the price. So what's holding you back? Apply today at sagu.edu.
Joining us this week is our men's and women's cross-country coach, Jason Covarrubias. Thank you for joining us, Coach.
Hey, thank you for having me.
First things first, let's kind of get down into it. When you're coaching both of these cross-country teams, what do you want these athletes to get out of being a member of the SAGU Lions cross-country team?
Well, I mean, how I look at our program is I want them to get the best out of the experience, not necessarily just the running side, but we want them to grow as individuals. We want them to take advantage of this time capsule, if you will, these four years, 8 semesters, and we want them to to really grow as athletes, but also to make life choices. It's tough to wake up 5 a.m. knowing you went to sleep at 1 o'clock in the morning, but to be there and to give everything they have, because it's weird to think, and I know most of them will tell you that this is the toughest time of their life, but it's going to get tougher later on. And if they can learn to just kind of push through it, keep working through it, they'll be better off in life. And so, I mean, that's our goal, that's our mantra, to not waste a heartbeat and not to lose an opportunity, because those are the two things that never come back in the same form. You may get another opportunity, but it'll never look the same again. So we want them to just not be afraid to take chances, but then to grow. And you do that on the field, do it on the course, but also do it in life. So that's what we want.
You mentioned opportunities and life experiences there. Talk about this amazing experience you guys have coming up next July, just around 6-7 months away from right now.
So we were approached by, it's called International Sports Federation. They're an organization, Christian organization outside of just Dallas area. And what they do is they set up mission trips around massive, large sporting events, such as World Cup and the Wimbledon, but also the Olympics. And so we were kind of approached by them, and they wanted to know 4 years ago, Rio Games, if we would be interested in going on a mission trip to the Olympics and go share the gospel. We missed that opportunity. We didn't jump on it, and they came back to us 4 years later, and maybe we didn't think twice. So we get to go to the Olympic Games in Tokyo next summer, so we're excited.
What's going to be going on day to day when you guys are in Tokyo? What's kind of the itinerary look like for this missions trip?
Well, so what ISF do, they go there 4 years in advance because they know where the site is, and they work with local churches to figure out what they need. And so what they felt like the church needs today is to know that they're there. They feel like the Japanese don't even realize the church is active. And so what we're going to go out there, we're going to host 4 massive festivals. Street festivals. We're going to do face painting, a lot of music, dancing, just have a good time with the kids, play some sports. But we're also going to share the gospel with locals, because this is an opportunity for millions of people to come to Japan, and to sit in Tokyo. But the majority of them are just from outsiders. We're going to focus on the ones that are there, and so help the church. So we'll do that. We'll get through the opening ceremonies, get to go, hopefully get some track and field. That's our goal, but we just really want to serve the Japanese.
Talk about how that does really focus upon the central vision and mission of your team, to not just win championships and win glory out there on the track and field, but to go a place where the glory couldn't be any higher for these people, but to try to deliver a deeper message even when gold is on the line.
That's right. So we've always been a mission-oriented team. Every year we go, when we come back for that first month, we always go for 3 to 4 days on a mission trip. We've stayed locally. I've gone in Texas, mostly with the Salvation Army. We've done shoe drives and vacation Bible school this past year. But this is an opportunity that we're going to go, and we're going to go across the world with some of the best athletes in the world. But there's more to what we bring than running. We believe that Christ has truly touched our hearts, and we want to do the same. And so we want to share that love. So, we're excited to get to see what one of those Olympic medals looks like. I've only seen it on TV. So they're excited, but what an opportunity, to see that and to actually know that we've competed, not necessarily on that level, but to the highest level that we've been at. So we can relate, if you will.
I assume it's the first time to Tokyo?
Oh, never been before.
Anything in particular you want to see when you're over there?
My family's going as well. So
nice.
My little son, he's excited. He's 10. When we decided where we were going to go, we said we're going to Tokyo. He goes, I'm going. I was like, Olympics, right? He goes, Pokemon. So he's going to try Pokemon Go out there, see if it works. But I just really want to see what it looks like. You've seen those massive buildings that they've built. So that's what's cool about the Olympics. They actually build every one of those stadiums just for the Olympics. And so I've seen videos to see what it looks like, see the lights, and get some good sushi.
That sounds awesome. And who knows? His dad's a cross-country coach. Maybe he'll see the marathon and decide,
there you go.
I'm going to be there in 18 years.
That's right.
Coach, thanks so much for joining us here on the SAGU Sports Feed. Now let's look at a SAGU football player who has an inspiring passion for the game and for people. Here's Steven with this week's Pride Profile.
Kobe is a senior linebacker who plays for the SAGU Lions football team. He has developed leadership skills that have shaped his life and the lives of others.
Football has helped me shape who I am today. Give me opportunities to lead on a football field. It's been a huge change. I'm more comfortable with who I am. I'm more comfortable with sharing things. I'm more comfortable with speaking up with fellow players or saying stuff to the coaches. I'm more comfortable to see leadership moments and just attack it. It doesn't always have to be this big, ooh-rah-rah moment, but just seeing little things here and there and just hey, I can take care of that, I can do that, or I'm gonna do it the right way. So being a leader in the football, being a leader at church, being a leader in my life, it's really shaped who I am.
Kobe is known for his hard work and initiative. His servant leadership has inspired many, including his childhood friend, Gus Wright.
I wasn't really good friends with him until my senior year because he kind of saved my life in a kind of way. Kobe was kind of like the first person I was ever to able to open up to and hey, I'm dealing with this stuff. I don't know what to do with it. So he's very good at listening. Kobe's kind of been that guy. He'll always take initiative for things like the bus was dirty and we need to pick up all the trash. He just went ahead and did it. Even though he's a senior, but he still went ahead and did it anyway. Just kind of that servant leaderhood type thing that he's always had and I've always seen. So it's been kind of cool to watch that and imitate it.
Kobe's impact isn't limited to the football field. He is leaving an impression on the students he mentors at Life Church in Midlothian, Texas.
I connected with the former football coach, Frank Tristan, who came to Life Church. And he said, man, I've got a football player who's looking for a place to get involved. You really need to reach out to him. He's super special. He's kind of like my go-to guy. If I need anything, Kobe doesn't mind doing it. The thing that's impressive about Kobe, even from the beginning, is he gets it. He's here for students. I've never felt like Kobe was here to finish an assignment for school or to complete an internship for internship hours or anything. It's always felt like Kobe was here for the students. So to see him, he's grown as a speaker because he's had several opportunities to preach. He's grown in his leadership of other people and influence. All of our students know who Kobe is and they love him and they respect him. He's baptized some students that he's personally discipled and led to the Lord. It's been cool to see.
With football, school, and the internship, and my social life, it can be challenging at some times. If I stay on top of my schoolwork, everything else kind of falls behind that. And so if I stay on top of that, I have more time to hang out with friends. I love playing video games, and we love hanging out. There's intramural sports on campus, and so we love to hang out, the volleyball courts, the basketball court, just to watch people play, hang out with our friends, and just socialize and meet new people, and honestly just have a good time just hanging out with people. That's one of my favorite things to do.
Kobe's passion for people and his love for football is walked out every day. For SAGU SportsFEED, I'm Stephen Frieden.
Thank you for joining us for SAGU SportsFEED. We'll see you all here next week.